Makeup and miscellaneous favorites for the month of December, January and February. I am on a no-buy year, so all of those favorites are gonna be from my existing collection as a shop my stash type of situation, but some of them are gonna be the new additions to my collection. And also have to say I'm not really happy with the makeup look that I'm wearing today because the browns did pull out a bit muddy. That's why I don't really like neutrals, because some browns can do that, but of course not all the browns. And also last time I filmed the video, my background was a big mess and I tried to sort it out, so hopefully it looks more decent now, but let's hop into the video. So my first favorite for this month is a complexion product. This is Away Studio Perfect Setting Powder Matte. They have another version of that which came out first, and it's not matte, it's very dewy, very sheer, almost like a loose highlighter, but a bit diffused. It looks very beautiful, but I don't really like that type of finish for an everyday look, and this matte one is really great. It costs just $1 as far as I remember. It's from Shop Marseille, and it sets the face beautifully. It's finely milled, but not as finely milled as it just like forms a cloud and flies everywhere, and you just sit there scared that it's gonna it's gonna go into your lungs. I have another more expensive setting powder, and that one does that thing that I talked about just now, so I actually prefer this one even though it's cheaper and the packaging is small. You can like take it around if you want. The sifter works pretty good, and it's white, but it looks translucent, it sets your face perfectly, and basically I'm very content with this one. Another product I unfortunately can't find at the moment, but I will insert the videos and the swatches, but it's the Illamasqua highlighting powder in the shade Deity. I got it in Look Fantastic Advent Calendar, which I did not like the whole calendar, but that highlighter was a final product, like the star of the show, and it's really beautiful. It's like white with a subtle gold and green shift. It's not as intense as what I'm wearing right now. This is Wet n Wild highlighter from their old mermaid collection, which I also really like, but it's not a new favorite. Yeah, so that highlighter is more diffused, and it looks beautiful in the pen and on the skin. So the rest of what I have are actually eyeshadow palettes and miscellaneous items. The first eyeshadow palette is the one that I used a lot in December and January, and I love it so much. This is a Root Cosmetics Too Much Drama eyeshadow palette. Makeup with attitude is like a slogan for the brand. This is how this beauty looks. You can see it's like a take on Huda Beauty Rose Gold eyeshadow palette. I don't own that one, and I don't want to, because this completely fills the void for me. The mattes are very pigmented. They are very powdery. They blend pretty easily, but if you blend them too intensely, they stay pigmented, but they're a bit sheer. Like there's a lot of color, but you can still see your skin through it, if that makes sense. But yeah, those shimmers are like glittery shimmers. They are true foils. They are not like Makeup Geek foils, which are just regular metallics. These are what a true foil should look like. Let's see if I can do a swatch. Like, look at this. I mean, it looks chunky, but yeah, this is bad swatch. This is like Rich Lux swatching things. Yeah, but like basically with a flat shader brush, it looks amazing. And if you tap that on, it looks very foiled. You can also use all of these shades as stoppers. You can see like how it looks. The glitters are a bit like deleted. What I'm trying to say, I don't know. I mean it almost looks a bit loose, but the pigmentation and how it looks on the eyes is amazing. Yeah, I can't get enough of that palette. It's so beautiful, and the formula, and for the price, Root Cosmetics is a affordable brand, and they have a lot of different products, a lot of eyeshadow palettes. They have a very extensive line. But the next eyeshadow palette is the one also from my collection that have had for a while. This is Zoeva Caramel Melange. Looks pretty nice. The packaging is nice. This is very early and perfect take on the warm tones and oranges, like Morphe 350 or OT, but with great quality and with great packaging and more compact. The mattes are amazing. My favorites are these 4 shadows because the mattes are so creamy and blendable and pigmented. I don't really use this shade because I don't use those types of colors ever, because they are too dark to set the lid and they are too light for a crease, so I never reach for those shades. But the shimmers are also amazing. They just pop. Let me see if I can swatch this one. Yeah, let's swatch Liquid Gold. Ooh, now that's, it really feels like it's liquid or something. Beautiful. So I'm so happy with that one. I'm gonna go on with Dirty Hands, I guess. But the next one is Vanessa's Vanity eyeshadows. I have them in this Shop Me Say. So the next favorite are Vanessa's Vanity eyeshadows. I have them in this Shop Me Say magnetic palette. These 3 and this one are Vanessa's Vanity. I love them all. I think the one that impressed me the most is this vintage champagne color, because I'm not into champagnes, but the color really wowed me, and that's why it conquered my heart, because I had no expectations for this color. So the movie definitely deserved the Best Movie Award, but it was nominated for the Best Dress, the Best Costumes and Makeup, which is absolutely justified. They did an amazing job of transforming Margot Robbie into Queen Elizabeth, and the costumes were very true to the time, as opposed to how Netflix would usually do historical films, with more like a liberal vision and showing modern evening gowns as opposed to true to the time dresses, like the TV show Reign, for example, which is also a TV show about Mary, the Queen of Scots. Also, one of the characters is played by David Tennant, who's one of my who is one of my favorite actors and my all-time favorite Doctor Who. It was a blessing to see a familiar face in such a gorgeous movie. Basically, he played an evil sexist priest who promoted his dangerous ideas and who was very opposed to Mary as a queen, about betrayals and treason and heartbreak. And it was so thrilling and definitely broke my heart. It's a very strong movie, if that's a thing. But yeah, it's one of the best movies I have seen within the recent years, and it's among the new ones. It's the best one I have seen since the Three Billboards movie came out, which should have won every category of the Oscars. I feel like should have won. I mean, so I'm back with the tea because tea makes me feel so much better. But finishing talking about Mary Queen of Scots is just a bomb movie. David Tennant, Margot Robbie, Saoirse Ronan, best movie in a year. And another favorite of mine is a TV show Drop Dead Diva. It is available on Netflix if you're curious. Basically, it is a show about how an aspiring glamorous model died on accident and then came back to life in the body of a plus-size woman who is a very successful lawyer. And every episode focuses on a different lawsuit. It's a very interesting show, very interesting and funny cases. And if you have been looking for a positive, uplifting, but on a sitcom show that focuses more on the business side of things and work and law and everything like that, you should definitely check this show out. And I think it's amazing that the main character is a plus-size, gorgeous woman. The actress did an amazing job, in my opinion. I have also finished the TV show Ugly Betty within the recent months, but it's a good show. I don't love it as much as Drop Dead Diva, but they are a bit similar because they both focus on like career and business. And Ugly Betty is a TV show about fashion, and it has some moments where it focuses on body positivity and different beauty standards as well. But yeah, and I think I'm paranoid about hairs on my face, but my favorite character is definitely Wilhelmina Slater, who's a gorgeous woman of color character in the show, and Mark, who's a gay male character in the show. More movie shoutouts. Within the past month, I have watched the Birdbox. Amazing, gorgeous. I don't understand people who don't like Birdbox, who bash Birdbox. The movie is a masterpiece. It's gold. Why do some people feel the need to put things down? I don't understand when people say like the movie was not realistic or there were some gaps in the storyline. Can't relate. I feel like in case of apocalypse, the safest place for a person to be is next to Sandra Bullock, definitely. And the movie was just so thrilling and captivating, and keeps the suspense throughout the whole storyline. So that was amazing. Another movie I want to shout out is A Simple Favour. It came out to DVDs within the recent months. It's like a Gone Girl, but with a comedy dramedy twist. Very interesting movie, very funny. Has a couple of plot twists in it, which I really liked, and very, very interesting movie, I have to say. And finally, I have a music shout out. I'm gonna talk about the band, which is called Calle 13. It's a Latin American or South American band. Maybe it's called Calle 13. I'm not sure, but they have a lot of amazing songs with a very deep meaning, but also the sound of the music is amazing as well. They have a song that called Latino America, and it's very deep and just amazing. I also really love the songs by them, Las Idiotas and La Vuelta del Mundo, and a couple more. You should definitely check the band out on YouTube if you're looking for new music. I think it's amazing to support bands from other countries other than the US. But yeah, and if you learn in Spanish, I think that can also help you because they sing in Spanish, and it's I assume it's the South American dialect of Spanish. Like instead, I'm not an expert, but I think in South America instead of tu, like you, they say vos, and that's the type of dialect that Calle 13 have. But even though I learned how's it called? Yeah, even though I learned Castellano Spanish, it was still very easy for me to understand their Spanish, and the music is just bomb. But yeah, those are all makeup and miscellaneous favorites I can think of. I have been collecting them for quite a long time and writing them down in my journal. Please let me know if you have tried any of those things, or if you have watched or listened to any of my miscellaneous favorites. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I can see you in my next video.